Have you ever tried to understand a complex programming concept only to feel lost in the details? If that's you, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into the world of ES6 classes and polymorphism, and I promise it will all make sense by the end. I totally get it. Polymorphism can be a tricky concept, especially when you're just starting out. Many developers have faced the same confusion, and it's completely normal to feel unsure about your code. Let's look at the specific questions you have. You want to know if having equally named methods in both classes qualifies as polymorphism. You also wonder what changes might be needed if it doesn't, and you're curious about the impact of removing that line of code. Sound familiar? Let's break it down. To understand polymorphism, we need to recognize that it allows objects to be treated as instances of their parent class, even when they have their own specific behaviors. This means that if two classes have methods with the same name, they can be used interchangeably in certain contexts. Let's explore this further. And stick around. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand polymorphism, but also how to implement it correctly in your code. Trust me, you won't want to miss the practical examples coming up. To understand polymorphism in ES6 classes, the user should first recognize that it involves methods in different classes that share the same name but behave differently. In this case, both the person and employee classes have a method called showInfo. Next, the user should note that having equally named methods does not automatically mean polymorphism is being demonstrated. The user needs to ensure that instances of each class call their respective methods correctly. To properly implement polymorphism, the user should override the showInfo method in the employee class. This means that when the user calls showInfo on an employee instance, it should execute the employee's version of the method. Finally, the user should understand that removing the line employee.prototype equals new person does not break the code because the employee class can still function independently. However, this line is crucial for establishing inheritance, which is a key aspect of polymorphism. Fun fact, the concept of polymorphism isn't just limited to programming. It appears in nature too. Think about how different animals can perform similar actions like walking or swimming, but in their own unique ways. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user points out that the original code mixes ES5 and ES6 concepts. They clarify that the employee class does not truly inherit from the person class. Instead, they suggest using the extends keyword to create a proper inheritance structure. They emphasize that there's no need to manually set the prototype, as extending the class handles that automatically. This approach simplifies the code and ensures proper polymorphism. Here's a pro tip. Always ensure that your classes are set up correctly for inheritance if you want to demonstrate polymorphism. This will help you avoid confusion and make your code more robust. And there you have it. You've taken a big step towards mastering polymorphism in ES6 classes. Keep practicing, and soon you'll be implementing these concepts with confidence. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more programming tips and tricks.